Hi everyone, it's Ali at Blue and Sixpence here again today, although as you can tell I'm not actually at Blue and Sixpence, I'm at home. It's Sunday afternoon, we've got no appointments, so I thought I'd come home, enjoy some time with my family and cook a roast dinner on possibly one of the hottest days of the year. So our last video was all about what to expect at your appointment, and today we're going to talk about when you should actually make that appointment. So let's get straight in. And that noise you can hear in the back is my very elderly cat asking where his dinner is. So, making your bridal appointment. When should you do it? There's two main routes when you're doing your wedding dress shopping. One is you might want to buy a gown made to order, in which case you need to do your wedding dress shopping around 18 months before your wedding date. If you are buying a gown off the peg or off the rack or off the rail, whichever way you want to describe it, you don't need to come shopping until around 6 to 4 months before your wedding is actually going to be held. Why the big time differences? Well, basically when you book your dress on a made to order service, it is made just for you and it takes anywhere between 6, 9, sometimes 12 months to arrive back into the boutique once you've placed your order. If you're buying off the rack, you haven't got any of that worry. You can come in much closer to your wedding date and leave that day with your gown with you. And that is one of the major benefits of buying a gown off the rack. Most brides will get what I describe as dressed out. Around maybe 2, 3, 4 days after you've purchased your gown, you'll start getting those little imps on your shoulder going, have you purchased the right dress? What if you've made a mistake? If you've already bought your gown home with you from your off the peg boutique, easy fix. You can just pop your dress back on and fall in love with it all over again. Look at all those wonderful details and just enjoy being in your gorgeous gown. Your sisters who've bought their gowns made to order don't have that luxury. They're going to have to wait quite some time before they see their gown again. What I'm going to say next is going to be a little bit controversial. Please bear with me. We know that you are super excited when you get engaged, and the first thing you want to do, you want to look at venues, you want to look at aesthetics, you want to think about your wedding gown, and it is super easy to get caught up in the moment. We understand it because we've already been there ourselves. I would say please do not book your bridal appointment until you have settled on a date and a location for your wedding. These are the two main factors that are going to influence your choice of wedding gown. There is no point coming shopping for a gown until you have organised your date and your time and your location. And that's because nobody wants to turn up for a winter wedding wearing a summer wedding dress. It's going to look out of place and you're going to be really cold. Similarly, you don't want to fall in love with a Mikado gown. A Mikado is one of the heaviest but most sumptuous fabric, and a long sleeve dress in July because you're going to be super hot. So top tips there: book your venue, get your date before you even think about wedding dress inspiration. The next thing, do your research. Find out all about wedding dress silhouettes, styles, fabrics, all the things that you think that you love. Then, and here we go with the really controversial bit, if you are going down the made to order route, that's when you start your wedding dress shopping experience. You need to give yourself time, you need to give the boutique time to get it made, and you need to allow for time for your alterations once your gown comes back into store. If you are buying an off the peg gown, you have got plenty of time. If you come to an off the peg boutique before you are ready to commit to a gown, several things are going to happen. The first thing is you are going to get overwhelmed with choice. If you're not ready to commit to a gown there and then, you are wasting your time. because you are going to come away even more confused than when you went in. You're also wasting the boutique's time. Small businesses rely on customers who are ready to make a purchase. We've got our overheads to pay, bills, we've got staff to pay, and obviously we need to make a living for ourselves as well. So every appointment needs to count for a small bridal boutique. You might also panic buy a dress, and there is nothing worse because that is money wasted. So don't do that either. Here's my top tip. Go to one of the chain bridal boutiques. You know what they're called. I don't need to mention them. You don't need an appointment there. You can walk in off the street. I believe at the moment you can only take 2 people in with you, but that's plenty for what you're going to be doing. Try on the silhouettes, the different styles, the fabrics, the different fits, so that you can see what they look like on you. Because size is one thing, proportion is another, and you need to get an idea of what alterations may need to be done to a particular style of gown if you fall in love with it. It doesn't matter if you don't make a purchase in one of the big bridal boutique chains, and that's because they've got hundreds of outlets. So all of their stores are supporting each other. So if you don't make a sale that day, somebody else will. That's absolutely fine. They expect that. Nobody will go out of business and nobody will lose the job because you didn't say, yes, I'll take this one, please, at a big chain. But it does allow you to clear your mind and narrow down your choices so that when you are ready to purchase, and we do hope that you come to a little independent boutique, you are armed with all your information, you know what suits you, and you can come in and find your gown. And the beauty of it is that you will find a designer gown at least 50% off. You then further customise that gown with us for very little cost and make it truly unique and truly memorable. Nobody will have a gown like you when you purchase through a small independent bridal boutique. So there you have it in a nutshell. Ladies who are going down the made to order route, you need to start looking 18 months before your wedding. Ladies who are a bit more budget savvy and know that they can get a cracking gown at a fraction of the original price, you need to come to us 6 to 4 months before your wedding. That means you're going to get your gown, take it away on the day, and you've still got plenty of time if you need any alterations. So that's where I'm going to sign off today. I've got a nice glass of chilled Chardonnay waiting for me next to the phone here. I'm just waiting on my roast beef just to crisp up nicely, and then we'll be sitting down to a well-earned and very much look forward to roast Sunday dinner. So I will see you next week for some more hints and tips and a bit more of a chat. And if you want to get involved and you want to chat back, I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Bye.